A convicted murderer in Central Florida dubbed the Ninja Killer is set to face execution in less than 3 weeks. But lawyers for Louis Gaskin are fighting to spare his life.
He was convicted in 3 local murders and 2 attempted murders. West News investigative reporter Greg Fox takes us back more than 3 decades to the crimes and highlights the modern-day debate over his scheduled execution.
For the second time in just a span of 7 weeks, Florida's death chamber will be used to exact the ultimate punishment on a convicted killer. Louis Gaskin was nicknamed the Ninja Killer for stalking his Central Florida victims wearing all black. On December 20th, 1989, Robert and Georgette Sturmfels were murdered with a .22 caliber gun inside their Palm Coast home. Their bullet-riddled house burglarized.
Gaskin's on the charges of first-degree murder. There's no bond on either of those charges.
Gaskin was arrested less than 2 weeks after the murders. He directed deputies to a pond where he dumped evidence in several crimes.
It's going to be arrested.
I think he should die for what he did.
The same night of the murders, Joe and Noreen Rector were attacked and robbed. Joe shot in the chest.
I just can't imagine that anyone would kill another person with robbery as the motive.
Gaskin was not only tried in the murders of the Sturmfels and the attack on the Rectors, he was also charged in the 1986 murder of Charles Sam Miller of Bunnell. In all, Gaskin, the Ninja Killer, received 8 life sentences and, upon an 8-4 recommendation from an all-white jury, was given 2 death sentences. What did Noreen Rector think about his crimes?
He's got to be some kind of a crazy person to do something like that.
In fact, Gaskin's mental health is central to his legal team's fight to spare his life now.
And was Mr. Gaskin acting under a delusional belief system in that he believed he was a ninja, sort of fighting for some weird crusade?
Maria Deliberato is with Floridians for Alternatives to the Death Penalty. She points to the appeal documents that address abuse and abandonment he suffered as a child, his great-grandparents who beat him mercilessly, and his drug-addicted teenage mother who disappeared from his life.
He's been locked up in the Florida Department of Corrections without a possibility of parole, and that should continue. And that is a sufficient and severe punishment that says we don't execute the sick and the broken.
Gaskin's attorney also argues the drugs for lethal injection are painful and cruel. But the Flagler County Sheriff reminds us of the victims.
It was damn cruel for his 2 victims that he murdered. And so, he's getting justice, and he may not like it, but he didn't have any feelings for those victims that he murdered or their families that were left behind.
Barring a stay, Gaskin will be executed April 12th. Greg Fox, West 2 News.
A judge denied a request by Gaskin's lawyers today for a hearing on his mental condition. A request to vacate the death sentence was also rejected.